Hi garden friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Era and this is Gardening on Purpose. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I garden in Georgia, Zone 8A. I'm at Lowe's. It's the middle of August and I'm checking out the clearance rack. First up, we have the Luminary Sunset Coral Phlox. This guy is a full sun plant. It's usually $13.48, but it's going to be $7. They're not looking that bad, guys. They look really, really great. When I first came into the store and they had gotten them, they were looking, they definitely did look like this color. But now they have waned, and then you know that they don't really cut them back. So they only did that first flush. If you can probably still take it home, cut it back, and then plant it for the next season. Next up, we have the Cat's Meow Nepida. This is a perennial that is usually $13.48, which means it's going to be $7. I have this guy in my yard. It does really, really well. The reason why this one looks kind of rough is because it never really got cut back, right? Like once it got in the container, and it bloomed out, right? So what happens is the plant wants to get out of here, and it was never actually cut back so it can get a chance to reflush. This is why it's looking kind of rough, but there's nothing wrong with this plant. You can take it home, you can cut it back, and you can plant it, and you will be happy. I have this in my yard. It does really, I have like 9 of them in my yard, and I've cut them back 3 times for the year, and every time I cut them back, they come right back. These guys here are hardy from zones 3 to 8, and they grow up to 20 inches tall. Next up is the tropical hibiscus. This guy here is part of the Ready Fill brand, usually $25.98, but it's going to be half off here at Lowe's. They have a bunch of them, and they have like 3 or 4 of them in a pot. Now, even though it's the middle of August, and I definitely wouldn't buy this because I can't bring it inside my house. I don't have a greenhouse or anything. It can't really take our cold in the winter, so it's definitely something but the good thing is actually our season goes all the way down to early November. So it will survive until early November, but it's definitely not the ones that definitely come back. I have a lot of the Curuma Ginger as well. These are going to be an annual for me again. Another plant that can't take the cold, but is definitely a beautiful plant when it comes to putting in the containers to create really nice summer containers. I bought them once and they were really great, but because sometimes they get a little bit leggy and they kind of fall over, and because they don't come back, I really don't invest too much money in them. But they do have them in Lowe's here. These are going to be a shade plant that they bloom in the summer and the fall, and they are $16.98, which means they're going to be half off here at Lowe's. There's quite a bit of the baby gem boxwoods that are usually $12.98, which means it's going to be $7. Now, I like boxwoods, but for whatever reason, baby gem doesn't do well in my yard. Every baby gem that I've had has died. I actually prefer the wintergreen, which is the Korean boxwood, which is actually, I feel like it grows faster, and I have a whole bunch of them in my yard. But they have them here. They have a lot of them, and you will end up seeing boxwoods on clearance soon because, again, fall is coming around and people are planting and getting ready for the next season. So check out your Lowe's if you're looking for boxwoods. They have a whole bunch of them here at my Lowe's. They also have some soft caress Mahonia. These are going to be a part shade to shade plant. What I like about these are that they're evergreen. They bloom when a lot of things aren't blooming, and they are a shade plant, right? And let me see, I think they're hardy from zone 7. Yeah, 7 to 9. This is what they look like, and they have some really nice yellow blooms, as you can see right here on the marker. Really, really nice. I have 2 in my yard, got them on clearance. Don't need any more, but if I did, I would buy them. I definitely would recommend them because you don't want your garden to look like empty or anything. I like to see something happening in my garden all year round, and they have the whole bunch of them here at my Lowe's. Next up, they have some Clara. This particular one here is the Bigfoot Clara. This is usually $26, but it's going to be half off at my Lowe's. This is going to be in a 2.25 gallon. And these guys grow pretty tall, 15 to 20 feet, and they are hardy from zones 7 to 10. Love these because they are an evergreen. If you're looking for something to create a screen between you and your neighbor, looking for something to create some sort of buffer, or something just to stay green and have something going in your yard, I definitely would recommend the beautiful Clara. Now, I know they have Bigfoot, I know they have Leanne, I know they have Romeo and Juliet, but I usually only see Bigfoot and Leanne. Let's see what else they have on the rack. They've got a whole bunch of the strawberry candy daylily. These are $11.98, which means they're going to be $7. Now, I got this earlier in the season. It didn't bloom. Don't know if it is a rebloomer though, but I did get it, and I planted it, but it didn't bloom yet. But they have a lot of them here at my Lowe's. These are not hardy below zone 4. So zone 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 is great for this guy here. Love daylilies because they have all kinds of colors. I think the only color they don't have is a blue, but they have purples and reds and whites and oranges and all kinds of stuff that they have for daylilies. I love them because they stay evergreen in my garden, and one, and two, they are one of the easiest plants to divide when you're trying to propagate them. So check out your Lowe's if you're looking for daylilies. Got some African yellow iris that I've been seeing the white, and I've seen the yellow, and it looks like people are not buying them because they have a whole bunch of them down here, right? So this one is the one that says African iris yellow. Don't know too much about it because that's what the tag looks like. It doesn't have an official tag, but as you can see, there's a lot of them here. What they do also have is the white African iris that has a tag. It says it's $18.98. It's going to be half off, and this is a spent bloom. So a lot of those. Let me know if you have African iris and how it does in your yard. Next up, they have some Paul's Gold Camiacypris. That's usually $12.98, which means it's going to be $7. Love these because they are yellow. Love these because they're evergreen. These are one of the arborvitaes that do well in my yard. You guys know I struggle a little bit with the arborvitaes, but these ones seem to do well in my yard. These are going to be in a 2.5 quart. They have some in some 2.5 quart here, and they have a couple here that's going to be in a 2-gallon as well. Here they have some more Mahonias here, and look, they have a Leanne Clara. Remember I mentioned the Claras that are evergreens? They have the Bigfoot one. Here's the Leanne. One thing I also want to say too is that their new foliage is really great. It has this really nice really nice bronzish new foliage, and again 7 to 10, and they have quite a bit of them here at my Lowe's. They've got a whole bunch of the pink Panther Foxglove from Monrovia. These are not looking the greatest, guys. I must say, they are not looking the greatest, but I can't deny the fact that this plant is a beauty. It is a poisonous plant, so be careful, and it also actually itches if you don't wear gloves, if you touch it for too long. This is a perennial, they say, $15.98, which means it's going to be half off. Now, if I'm going to bring it down so you can see, one of the issues I have with foxgloves and even some of the delphinium types is that they are beautiful, but they just can't hold their stalk up, right? So here is the stalk that had the beautiful bloom, and it starts to kind of bend and fall over and everything. Next up, we have the Prairie Fire Sedge. This is a perennial. It's a full sun to partial sun plant. This is usually $19.98, but it will be half off here at Lowe's. Got quite a bit of them, and it looks like they're going to be in a 1.5 gallon. And this guy here is hardy to negative 20 degrees, guys. Let me know if you have this guy in your yard, or if you're looking for it, please check out your Lowe's. Next up, they have the variegated feather reed grass. This is a grass that is hardy, that requires full sun, and it is hardy from zones 3. This guy here, I don't really have grasses in my yard. I don't know how well they do, but I know a lot of people have a lot of luck with grass. This guy here is going to be half off here at my Lowe's. Now, this is what one looks like, and then a couple of them in here. I've got some alocacia here, which is pretty much a tropical plant. It will be great for a container. These are usually $6.98, so they end up going to be they're going to end up being $4 for you. Not sure if it's too late or not to incorporate this in your garden, but it might be good in the house if you actually have some really great light. This is what the container looks like. It's part of the Tropic Escape brand, and it's $6.98. Doesn't really tell me too much about the grow zone, but that's why I'm figuring that it is definitely something that would be an annual. They have a lot of these here in the garden center. Right next to the Clara, they have the mountain snow pieras, which I had a go at 2 years ago. They didn't do well. I had bought 4 at one time, and they all died actually. These guys are a shade plant. I was actually looking for something that would provide some sort of a buffer between me and my neighbor that was evergreen and bloomed. These guys, they bloom in the early spring, but they just did not do well in my yard. But if you are good with mountain snow pieras and you're looking for something that's a shade plant, then you can check this guy out. It is hardy from zones 4 to 8, and it is an evergreen. That's pretty much it for me here at Lowe's, guys. Not much, but I'm anticipating there's going to be way more. I'm seeing a lot of new shrubs coming in, which means they're going to have to make space for those new shrubs, and they're ultimately going to end up on the clearance rack. So please, if you're looking for plants to plant in the fall, you're looking for something to save some money, to get your garden going so you can plant them and get ready for the next season, please check out your Lowe's. You can get some really great prices. And if your Lowe's doesn't have some good stuff, try to drive a little bit further and see if the next Lowe's over might have, because you might be surprised the difference in the inventory from one Lowe's to another. Please like, please share, and please subscribe. Remember to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted on all my new videos. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.